shot that is very good versus the Batrider, but maybe not so good versus the rest of the lineup. Okay, let's do this.
Well, they've smoked once already, so this could already count as a smoke gang kill. Might do our predictions in a bit. Nope, it's just movement for wards, that's all. So smoke gang kills before the end of the game. I said the end of the game, not even like 15 minutes. That's
9 to 12 maybe?
Actually,
there was 5, I think, prior to 25 in the other game.
Yeah, I think 9 to 12. This game's going to go on for a while with just a lot of brawling.
Total number of deaths
by 25.
I put 16 to 25.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Play with the highest total magical or pure damage done to heroes by 10 minutes.
Ooh, that's tough.
Wow.
Juggernaut? Oh, Queen. Queen, sorry. Queen's definitely my choice.
And the highest amount of physical damage a hero will do to another in one hit.
They do have crit this time, so I'm going with 501 to 750.
30 seconds to battle.
Wait, is that before or after mitigation?
Don't ask me. It doesn't really explain that.
I'm going to assume it's before or after mitigation goes 0-500 because I don't know which one it is.
You know, just to be different, I'm going to keep mine over 500 just to see what happens and believe in the Jugger.
If only it did just highest amount of things in one hit. I was like, maybe multicast. I guess it's not one instance, but
that would be pretty awesome.
Show off those immortals, Cinderin.
I'll take that.
Love it. Love it. Easiest one to get ever. Good D ward early on that we were showing. compLexity, we weren't talking about it, but compLexity were able to get rid of that very deep observer ward. So as Escape trying to keep tabs on what compLexity is doing inside their jungle. Not able to do so. The observer ward then gets placed down by compLexity, watching the mid lane. So they'll understand when Koipfus got help and at least watch the rotation of YapzOr if he wants to move between the mid and the top lane. And compLexity are actually going for dual lanes. So they're running a Chessie, Weaver, and a Hunsker Dazzle dual off lane against the safe lane Era, as well as
that's pretty good.
As well as Ogre, the double melees.
This decision because it forces one of the roamer supports to sit in this sit in the bottom lane because Slark cannot farm versus that lineup at all, versus that lane. But it could be easily punished if both of the roamers go down to the bottom lane. And this chicken is taking the super long way around.
Yeah, it's because YapzOr was visible. YapzOr was visible to the tier 2 tower. He goes up, he arrows one of the Dark Trolls, and then just roams over again. So he's just arrowing to get his first couple. Like, he gets level 2 by 1 minute because he just arrows 2 creeps.
This can slow down the Slurkle or the Batman.
Okay, Swindles. For some reason, he can see Dota TV chat. Small things. All right, so this bottom lane. Let's actually have a look at this.
What an honorable man.
Hmm?
What an honorable man.
What?
I don't know. What if you see Dota TV chat and you like don't say anything about it? You're like, oh, I can see when they're doing Roshan.
I think Dota TV chat would tilt him more than would help him.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Like if it's just sitting there, like just spamming, drop yours, drop yours, drop yours, like he'll be out.
That's only if they know that he sees it.
Oh, yeah, very true. They definitely know now. But he's back to normal, hopefully.
You sound like you're well versed in the arts of trolling.
No, not at all. I'm a very nice guy. What are you talking about, Melini?
Yeah, okay, Tofi.
Okay, so with Chessie on this lane, you got one sentry ward down from Cinderin. Do you get concerned if you're Chessie? Like, is Ogre as well as Slark enough of a threat that you should be careful with your Shukuchi?
Not really. Not when you have a Dazzle. You just Shukuchi, and if you really get scared, you just go in the middle of creeps, and you have 2 melee heroes who have to deal with a heal bomb. They have a lot of armor on the Ogre. 8 armor, to be exact.
He's a little tanky. So to combine the best of both worlds, just have a love child of Ogre as well as Jakiro. All the strength, all the armor, all the support.
Remember when the Ogre Jakiro lane was around?
That was good times.
It was a two-headed dragon lane.
Top lane, initiation over on Keizu. Z-Freak bolted himself forward, got the stun off, and now Keizu, the arrow's going to fly in, but compLexity already split. Swindles knew they had the kill anyway, thanks to Firefly and YapzOr. He'll have to leap himself out to safety. Could not get there in time to help out his teammate. And that's first blood going the way of compLexity.
A good start for Swindles. Very important. And I'm glad to see that both teams have gone with a hero that didn't work out so well for them. Game number 2, Swindle's not a great performance on Batrider game number 1. Koifa, not the best performance on the Queen of Pain. He didn't die that much, but still like not really impactful and game winning. And we see a rematch, kind of, in game number 3.
A chance to prove the critics wrong.
Yeah. Why would they pick this hero? And I'm still wondering that question. Actually, Batrider not so much. More so the Queen, because Queen is just not very popular nowadays.
Yeah. And up against the Juggernaut, like, she came close to doing a little bit of extra damage to Limp, bringing him close up, like, for a potential, like, blink scream kill. But then Limp just triggers, healing ward. There's no way, really, unless Koifa wants to blink forward and kill off the healing ward, then he's in range of spin.
That's how I know you've been using the word triggered too much. I'm going to use triggered healing ward instead of cast or uses.
I don't use triggered at all! I didn't even think I said that word. Okay, cool, great.
I know what gets you upset.
Yeah, just everyone who keeps using the word grill. Chessie going to jump himself into Cinderin, and they do have one answer to the Ogre's high armor, and that's the fact you're going to have the Swarm available too. And in fact, here it is. So Cinderin, watch him start to drop. Hanskin with the Poison Touch. They slow him down. Z-Freak gets the kick, and Cinderin might have a lot of armor, might have a thick skin, but it's still not going to save him. They get the pick off. And that's now 2 kills going the way of compLexity. And Swindles arrives at the top lane just in time for a creep wave and a half for him to farm that up as well. So, really good movement coming out from compLexity. They're getting a lot out of every lane. Juggernaut's got high CS. Chessie's managed to pick up some really good CS as well.
I do like that Swindles did not go for the Iron Talon this game. I think it's a little bit different because he's in a safe lane this time, but still I think there is a tendency for him to be like, screw this lane. I'm going where someplace where I won't get outplayed.
YapzOr. There's arrow available. Z-Freak's going to jump in. He'll get the kick off. Keizu, low. Stick charge will let him survive a little bit longer. In comes that Starfall. The extra star doesn't fall on Swindle's head, however, which means he may not. Will he go? Yeah, he does go down. YapzOr able to hit that last arrow in. Z-Freak unable to save his teammate. But you still had Slark down the bottom, Beastmaster up on the top, and the Batrider to join him.
It's a nice kill for them, and Batrider's quite poor, despite his early kill. He has bought a lot of small items, though. The Mango in the lane. The ROB is an interesting touch. I guess safe lane, maybe he thinks that he can push a tower a lot, but I think that Sage Mask slows you down a lot. Most of the time when you want mana regen nowadays, you go for the raindrops.
Also good protection. For now, Chessie and Hanskin can split off the side. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with Era, but it's Limp. Sonic Wave! It connects in the mid. Koifa just started off with a little bit of that chip damage, and then the Sonic Wave finished the job underneath the Tier 1 tower. So a solo kill on the Juggernaut. This is the kind of thing which, if you're compLexity, you get really scared about, because that's momentum for a Queen of Pain. And Z-Freak, he came down for the rune. The arrow is going to connect from YapzOr, and that is a guaranteed kill, a second kill for Koifa. Instantly goes back to base, and Chessie's being initiated on the bottom lane too. They push up on Era. Chessie will be able to Shikuchi himself down. They're trying to get rid of the bugs. And under the cover of Moonlight Shadow, there's no follow-up here from the rest of compLexity rotation, a.k.a. Dazzle.
It's an interesting change to the Queen of Pain build, too, which allows her to be this strong at level 7. With the 1-1-4, one build, as opposed to the 2-1-3. Oh, Swindles.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
With that wingspan, he managed to get clipped by an arrow.
Iron Talon time.
Please no. Please, please no. He buys up a magic wand instead.
He's thinking about it. You can tell.
Man, that compLexity start now starts to dwindle. They had a 1.5k net worth advantage. Like, this early on, it's pretty damn good. And they lose it. They lose all of it, in fact. Now Escape are leading in gold. They're leading in experience. The kills been chasing up after Koifa, but he's got enough space that the silence won't last.
I don't know. I don't think they get that kill even if the boulder hits, or because he couldn't Omni because he had already Blade Fury. I think maybe you go for the low probability Omni Slash, not bouncing that many creeps.
Perfect arrow from YapzOr. Koifa blinks in, but Z-Freak never even changed his path. He just kept running and perfectly into the arms of a waiting, a loving arrow.
I'm starting to wonder about Swindle's bat. I had a discussion earlier, like Swindle's bat, we see it again, Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain off to a very good start, but Batrider, safe lane, early kill in the lane due to 2 heroes roaming, and then this happens for him. And this is before the heroes that are actually big problems for him, like the Slark, start coming into play. So I'm worried about his Blink Dagger timing. I'm worried about him not getting countered in the fights, but that'll probably be up in a couple of minutes. And I'm also starting to worry a little about this offlane for them.
Well, they're having a crack at Era on bottom lane. It's a little bit of a chip, but Era gets back. It's the top lane where things are brewing. The roar out from KheZu, looking towards Swindles. YapzOr wants to rotate over. Z-Freak is just trying to body block it so the arrow can't connect. Unfortunately for Z-Freak, he's already lost his teammate because Koifa rotated over. YapzOr is on the run. Z-Freak has perfect vision, so YapzOr, all he really wants is Starfall, bait him with the arrow. He can't leap forward. Now the arrow will fly in Z-Freak. He was running the tree line. There was nowhere to go. The Starfall will find the kill. That's YapzOr's second kill of the game so far.
That was a sick play by YapzOr. Oh, it was very nice by Z-Freak too. Z-Freak was actually the one that stopped the arrow from coming out onto the Swindles when the roar came out, because it looked like the roar was kind of by itself, but it was a Mirana trying to come in from the side. Z-Freak stopped it, and YapzOr, with a lot of just canceling of the Sacred Arrow or just stopping, make it look like he was going to cast the arrow, forces the Z-Freak to attempt to dodge the arrow that wasn't even there and then hits him where he can't dodge.
Oh, Era, they're jumping in on him. He's still got Shadow Dance available. Cinder is just bailing out, but the Flame Break will cancel his TP. He doesn't have mana to do anything else apart from run and die. Era will also die underneath the tier 1. Unable to TP out in time.
Nice rotation coming out from the Swindle Melons. Top lane is just not working out for him. He comes down to the bottom lane, stops the TP, and the Slark can't Shadow Dance TP because he has to worry about the Flame Break from this additional threat in the Batrider. So that is exactly what compLexity needed. 2 kills and a tower to their name.
But in the meantime, you've still got Escape building up pretty big. That Queen of Pain sitting about 600 net worth in front of the Weaver. I want to see the timing on the Orchid for Koifa. Like, he's finished up his first Oblivion stuff. But to see if Chessie is able to finish up the Lincoln Sphere before the damage can start to be done by that Queen of Pain. And even once he's got the Lincoln Sphere, there's a lot of other targets to hunt with an Orchid.
They need the Slark to get more items, though, because he needs to be the one. I guess him and Beastmaster need to be the ones to scout for the Queen of Pain, because Queen of Pain with Orchid, very squishy. Lasso or even Earth Spirit combo.
Didn't realize actually how hard Era's life has been. He's thinking 2.8k net worth. Like when your Mirana has 500 more net worth than your safe lane Slark, you know something's a problem.
It was that one rotation by Swindles that just put him in the gutter. He was doing okay because he was like level 7 when the Weaver was level 5, but now his level advantage has gone away and he has to farm way far out with no protection. So they are going to smoke up, but we do not yet have the blink for the Batrider, but they're anticipating a gank. Radiant has used scan. Will they walk into it? Hand skin.
They're just on the edge. They're going in for Roshan, actually. They're not even looking for a gank.
A
They're actually just slipping in with a double damage rune on the Juggernaut to bring down Roshan. This is around the same time as Escape were looking to gank inside the Dire Jungle. They went for that old tried and true combo of YapzOr and KheZu together, looking through the Dire Jungle. No one is there. They realize something's up, but it's already too late. compLexity, you have Roshan.
They have no idea. There's like, they just expect a gank coming along, and that will be the last 200 gold for Swindles' Blink if he decides to go for the Blink Dagger. But that was very timely DD, and one of the big strengths of Weaver, the Swarm, is a really good Roshan tank.
And now compLexity, with a little bit of an extra life up their sleeve. They do give it over to Limp, so they're expecting Limp to have a little bit more trouble. And there is that Blink Dagger up for Swindles. Have they got another smoke available?
He's recovered so well.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They'll try and find an opening. Very difficult when you've got Hawks flying across the map and you know Escape has been through your jungle.
So let's see, will they get whiff? They got a whiff with the Blink Dagger. They see it.
Yep.
So this is why you just generally smoke every time with the Blink Dagger first, and now they can aptly prepare for it.
Arrow a little bit off target there from YapzOr. It was only going to like slow down Limp. It was not going to do anything more. It's just because he's got the mana to use it.
Swindle's looking for a kill.
And he's going to find one too. KheZu nearby the ball, causing a couple of problems. Okay, Swindles. Swindles Error is here. The counter, as we said, against the Batrider is always going to be the Slark, but when Synderen comes in to help, it's the icing on the cake. Swindle's going YOLO with no friends. And now bottom lane, Koifa. Oh, he's away. He'll blink out. Yeah, what was he trying there?
He wanted the boar.
Okay. Unfortunately, Borpa's blinked out.
I don't have a better explanation, Toby. Okay.
Okay. I shall ask no more then.
There's always a reason of Swindle's bad, but that's not an appropriate reason.
that is not an appropriate yes. Top lane. Good rotation in from behind now. Era as well as Yapsol. The Hawk is doing all the work for him. They perfectly see where complexity are. So Era, he actually just focuses on Hanscom. Like, they don't care about Chessie. They want the guaranteed kill. With the arrow, they save it so there's no Shallow Grave TP out. That's actually real chaining of stunning there too. Realizing the fact that Synderen used his stun to initiate, then they hold the arrow.
Really nice use of the Hawks by the Beastmaster. It really led to like Swindle's dying there because like normally the Beastmaster would be right-clicking those creeps along with the boar, and then you just get lassoed and pulled in.
Chessie? Okay.
That was really close.
That's the good thing Weaver doesn't have a tail. That was really close. Era has to Shadow Dance. And he just instantly starts to TP. Shikuchi through, not enough damage, and he'll be back home.
I think that's the second time Swindle's actually like died in that position too. Even in game number 1 when he was, or game number 2 when he was Beastmaster and kind of like
fifth death. Swindles! I actually thought he was going to increase the stun duration by 3 seconds by blinking into a longer arrow, but he'll dodge it.
Give him more credit than that, Toby.
Swindles is a great player. All right, KZoo backing out the Necro Books. They're going to boulder forward as Yamso in the neighborhood. Omnislayer shared out, and Synderen going to tank through most of it. And, well, he's actually waddling himself out of here with a roar on Z-Freak. Z-Freak's in trouble. He's going to drop on down. Oh, Willie, the Shallow Grave is there. It buys him the time, and it's actually 2 heroes lost from escape. So just like game number 1, around the 15-minute mark, complexity find themselves with a favorable fight.
And another few minutes for Koikva. This is very reminiscent of what happened before. Like they lost a big fight without Koikva there. Last time it was around the bottom Radiant T2. That wasn't like a huge fight, but it's still pretty big. You lose your Necro Books, you waste a cooldown on the Roar, and they just need more time. The Slark needs a few minutes for his Shadow Blade. The Quap needs a few more minutes for her Orchid, and just everyone's not on the same page. And Queen of Pain wasn't there to fight, but she shouldn't have been there to begin with.
It's almost like an unwilling fight the complexity were able to force before the timing of Escape's items.
Yeah, and they have the Aegis on the Juggernaut. You don't want to fight into that. All you need to do is just wait 1 more minute.
Delay, run away, that was all.
And now
Synderen did try and throw himself on his sword for his team. Like, it was just like, stun, bloodlust, everybody please attack me. But complexity did the right thing. They moved on. Like, they didn't stick around and say, okay, let's just make sure we kill Synderen.
Scan has come out. They do not see any heroes behind Chessie, but that was a questionable scan.
Wondering if complexity going to ping Court for in a moment. He showed himself on the lane with the Orchid.
Oh yeah, they know.
They know? Okay.
It's also just been that long.
That time.
Also, complexity set up wards really deep into the Radiant side, so like they can be looking to like a smoke gank while someone's farming that big camp into that T1 tower. So, and those 2 deaths cost Escape a lot of ground. And Limp is how's he doing on his item progression?
All right.
Okay,
he's got the Yasha.
He doesn't have Battle Fury though, so like it's very difficult for him to farm the stacks.
I'm wondering too if he completes the Battle Fury. Like when you've already picked up the Yasha, Aquila, and Phase Boots, do you want to go back for it?
First. Oh, the inefficiency.
Are you tricking?
There's 2 auras. It's an armor aura and an HP aura, both of which severely slow down your time.
He's found an opening, but he wants to go on Z-Freak. He's the one that will probably screw around with the guaranteed kill with the Orchid. There she blows, blink forward, Sonic Wave. He's going to let it rip too, and Z-Freak, he should pop in the tree lines. Oh, will he? The Orchid wasn't enough. The Shadow Strike is working its way through it, while a lasso of Swindles holds KZoo in position, and he will burn down inside the Firefly. Z-Freak survives to fight another day. Trade-off will be the Tier 1 tower in the mid lane. The Catapult's still there, so Era needs to stick around for just a little bit longer to ensure the last hit in the tower. So they lose the Beastmaster once again. But there are trade-offs on the map.
Earth Spirit, just very tanky. Even the Trinkle boost for the extra added armor, a lot of strength coming up from the Urn and Magic Wand, paying dividends there as he survives the Queen of Pain burst. And I think he actually maybe could have killed the Weaver, but he'd have to. Oh yeah, never mind. With the Lincolns though.
Yeah. Now that is done, there's no more chance to go on a Weaver. He has to focus on everybody else. Arrow from YapzOr will at least keep complexity away from him.
Oh, she almost has the eggs. So I was a little bit worried because the Queen of Pain hasn't had that much impact. Like, you didn't get the kill with the Orchid there. Yeah. The Slark was underfarmed at some point. But if you have Mirana X, you're fine.
YapzOr's been spending so much of his time. Like, after he got these first 2 kills, he's just roaming around at Arrow every camp he goes past. Like, he's always picking up money.
He just needs one more, and then that's an 18-minute axe coming out from a support Mirana. Dang, that's really good. And,
what was his timing in the first game? Because it was pretty damn quick in the first game as well.
Oh, it's game number 2.
Sorry, game number 2, yeah.
I don't remember, but that one they had a lone druid, and they had Roche and a lot more towers.
Yeah.
So this game, they don't have Roche, and they're still a T1 up. So this one is, I think, slightly better, even if it were even timing.
Well, Slark's found his timing too. He's working into that Echo, but it's the Shadow Blade already up from Era. So with Ags, Orchid, Shadow Blade, Koifa's got 2.7k gold as well over on the Queen of Pain. They got a lot of money to roll with here. Escape overall, it's still only like a 1600 advantage. It's just the critical items have arrived at the right time. But Force Up is now done for the Batrider, so Swindle's hit that perfect timing for the Batrider.
This is not a good trade that complexity are going for. This tower is not that important. They already have wards to see into it. They already have control of that, and mostly it's what they're conceding. They already conceded a T1 on bottom, and it looks like they might even give up this T2.
They may lose Swindles too. The Observer saw Swindles moving over, so they use Moonlight Shadow to just roam in. There's your roar. Remember, with the Aghanims, that's a lot of damage with Starfall. And they're going to TP out, so they get the kill on Swindles and the Tier 2 tower as well.
Yeah, that's it's more so the Roshan implication. Like, you're Dire, you are playing up against a Beastmaster, a Slark. Like, these heroes have pretty good vision around the map, and so you need the objectives to hold the area. And I think with that, they lose so much ground.
Hunt's going to have to Shallow Grave. Era's got no stun available. Going to shift a little bit of essence, but that's all. Now it's a 22-minute, as Nox has now given us. So it was a 22-minute Aghanim Scepter in game number 2.
Okay, so...
And that was with the advantages you're talking about. So he's
4 minutes earlier this game.
Yep, with less to work with. Chessie, whoa, hello. Jumping in through the rear. Synderen actually started with the Ignite instead of going for the stun.
He needed to pop the Lincolns.
Yep.
Or wanted to.
Well, now the Lincoln's going to get triggered. And the stun with a Sonic Wave finds the kill. Swindles jumps in, but it's already a little bit too late with this lasso. He controls Coin for a little bit longer. Synderen, he's -14, -16 on the armor, thanks to the Scarab Beetles going to work. So it'll end up being a trade-off. They keep running out. Era is just bailing. YapzOr's underneath an Observer Ward. They can see him, and Zephyri's going to boulder forward, gets the perfect kick, and the follow-up silence, so no leap away from YapzOr. Now he can do it up to the hillside, but attempt at a very optimistic TP. Not going to work as Era pounces, waist behind the fountain, even consumes the fountain to help kill off Hanskin. With the help of Koitva, they find the kill. They find another one too. Man, this is just kills all over the map. Say goodbye to Zephyr. Kaizu putting its Blink Dagger Raw Necros to work. He threw the Necros up, so if Swindles really has a thought to go for this, he'll need help. The Flame Break's too far away. Chessie was there to help. And they die scan on the right spot, but he's already gone.
Swindles bat.
How hard it is to keep an Observer on the field. Okay, that's not where Synderen wanted to put that sentry. I think they're going to realize when Era is pinging out, saying he's visible on the side. So they know there's got to be a lane ward. There it is. I don't know if you can really get away with these kind of wards anymore. Not when, obviously, Slark's going to start pinging this stuff out.
And Roshan is up.
Is it that time?
It is time. Both teams have decent Roshan lineups. Bloodlust and Beastmaster. And complexity, I would say, needed a little bit more because...
They're going to smoke on the obs?
Likely.
They're going to
It
smoke.
looks like it.
Yeah, they're going to smoke right on top of the
no,
ops.
they have a gem. They have a
Okay.
gem on Swindles. Oh, what?
No!
Oh, my goodness. That wasn't like that just popped up into our vision. They had a good like 2 seconds, and now things are a little awkward.
They go for Roshan still. They will stick to their guns.
Looks like they aren't interested in fighting. Era is just going to take down the top tower, but it's going to take him a while to get there. Roshan at half HP.
Yeah, and on bottom lane, Z-Freak was actually looking for Yabsaw, but Yabsaw already with Blink Dagger, throws the arrow over, it connects, in comes Keizu with a Sonic Wave, hitting on 3, Hans is already down, Lim's getting bashed up by Roshan, even the Elmer's turning against him, the Omni Slash going to work Koifa, it's not enough, he bounced too many times into the Necro books, so they don't find that kill, Chessie will burn out, the Ogre's Ignite finds that kill, and Z-Freak, well, it's a high perch, a wonderful place to plant a tombstone. compLexity will lose Roshan. The Slark wasn't even really there at the start, but Koifa, he didn't have this with his first game of Queen of Pain in this series. A Sonic Wave which really dictates the course of the fight, but that one was perfect. Let's see that again.
How did they... They committed to Roche after seeing the Observer Ward. That is...
I think Swindles is dead too.
That is crazy. Okay, so I don't actually know if they had enough detection.
Okay, so here's the arrow.
We see the blink in, the roar on Hanskin. Hanskin gets blown up, and then the Omni Slash comes out on a Koifa.
The extra bash as well. Like, Lim can't even start the fight.
But I don't think they had enough detection to finish him off. Like, Swindles is a little bit too far away, especially with the gem range slightly decreased. Like, he just perched up there. He's, like, really worried about losing his gem, but they needed him that fight. You go in with the team, you die with the team. And he did not die with the team.
Swindles almost did at the top lane, but he was able to TP out under the cover of a tree line.
That was... I can't believe... like, I think in your mind, you're like, okay, they know that we're...
Oh, they're coming. Oh. They dust over on Era. Era, there's your dive pack, will break free.
He has Aegis.
He does. So even if they fight this, there's not going to be that big of a gain.
I'm trying to think of what else they could have done in this situation. Like, when you see the Observer Ward, you're all smoke. Like,
not smoke on an Ops Ward?
But after you realize what you've done,
you could bait the Roshan, so you would flank around and come from behind, expecting escape to try and counter your Roshan attack.
They have the Beastmaster though to scout if things are actually going in the pit.
True.
So, like,
yeah, the bait is hard to snag.
I think it might have been better for them to like bait it, but come up from behind them as opposed to wait near the Ancients. I think that might have been their best play, but that was just way too simple of a maneuver. Oh, let's hope they didn't notice that we smoked 4 heroes disappearing in the minimap.
Yeah, 4 heroes group up, you're already expecting compLexity to smoke.
That's honestly what I think they were going for. It's like, whatever, let's do it anyways. Like, whenever you say whatever, that's not a good sign in Dota.
Era was coming in for a kill on Swindles. Couldn't get the leash off on time, so Swindles blinks away. Limp also on the run. You got another pounce in 1 second time, and will he get one? And he goes for one, and it's going to be Z-Freak. The kick away. Spirit will buy some breathing room here, as the rest of Escape will finally catch up to Era's aggressiveness. He really wants something. Like, he's still got this Aegis Immortal for a while.
Who used that smoke? I don't know who it was. I don't think it was Swindles. His inventory was full.
It's a team game, man.
It was, but...
It's a team game.
Like none of the heroes were attacking the ward before these.
Yeah, yeah, they were on top of the ward for a good 3 seconds.
That was game-changing.
At that point, you're just like, okay, this is a team decision.
No, they only saw it for a second, though, with the gem. Like, they were there on top of the ward for a few seconds, and then he TP'd in, and then he was in vision of the ward for a second, and then someone attacked it, and then they all smoked, and then just bounced.
Nice Beatles, Swindles, Era, pounce too far away. Again, Swindle's going to blink defensively. As Necrobooks get cleaned up on either side.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alright, so Escape in full control of the map. They don't want to take any risks, remember. There is a lot at stake in the wildcard. Only 2 teams out of the 4 are able to advance themselves forward. So no risk Dota. And you've got a Queen of Pain who's got momentum. You got Koifa staring down the barrel of another big item too. 3.8k gold sitting on Koifa. He's got 15k net worth in the space of 27 minutes.
AC.
That's all Kuras. You want to go for the S4 build again?
Well, S4 build requires BKB. This game, I think you can actually get away without a BKB. And I think the AC is very good versus the Juggernaut and the Weaver. Like BKB doesn't help you versus that. I guess you can blink out, but he blinked in last time.
Is it worth getting like another disable though?
I don't think they need it. I think they just need to outlast.
So you use something else to trigger the Lincoln Sphere on the Weaver every time? Because that's like where my brain's going.
You just kill everyone else.
Okay, that works.
Screw the Weaver. You kill Earth Spirit, you kill Dazzle, Weaver can't fight 1v4, 1v5. And then, like, you can also just, Ignite is okay at popping Lincolns. He didn't max Fire Blast, so Fire Blast is really good at popping the Lincolns now, too. And then you have the Necro Mana Burn. Like, you have a lot of ways to deal with the Weaver and the other heroes, so I'm not particularly concerned about the lack of disable. Not like the other game where he had to go for the Scythe of Ice, but we'll see. 4,200 gold, still considering what to buy. I think Scotty's also okay, but...
Wild Slark is going to appear. It's going to be very effective against Hanskin. He Shallow Grace to protect himself, and now Moonlight Shadow from Escape. Battle of the Invis. Hanskin actually getting chipped by the Beastmaster Axes. compLexity were the ones looking for the kill. They actually had a small opportunity over on Keizu, and that was with Swindles moving forward. If he was in Firefly, he would have had better vision for it. But he sticky napalmed, and that revealed the compLexity movement into the Radiant Secret Shop area.
Yeah.
Life be hard. And now Ira's found another one. Slipping in behind Chessie, sees Limp, and able to get that leash over on Chessie. Time-lapse will break him free of the damage. Syndran in the neighborhood too. They'll get rid of the bugs to start with.
They have to be a little bit careful now. No more Aegis on the Slark, and he is holding that prized gem. He is sticking in treads a lot. For some unknown reason. Okay, he's not anymore. I guess maybe trying to be super efficient. He already has Echo Saber. Don't think he has mana issues at this point, but... Bloodlusts, I don't actually know if you build that with an Ogre on your team. I guess, or yeah, Echo Saber I guess is already good enough for the mana regen, even though it's a little bit of overlap with the attack speed. Not a big deal. Attack speed is
Here goes the smoke again. They got a glimpse of the courier moving. Oh, Ira. He's going to come in from behind. He breaks the smoke over on Hanskin. Instantly being revealed. The Dire scan up. Yeah. Almost walking into it was Yapsor, but now they're just caught in no man's land. They want to go back up, and they're going to find Ira. Remember, as you said, he's got the gem and completely surrounded. And there it is. The big hit from the Juggernaut hit 521.
With a DD.
With a double damage.
Thanks, Ira. He popped the smoke, and then he
just like stuck behind them, like he wanted to have more information.
I think he didn't expect this Observer Ward. I think it was slightly outside of the gem vision. So...
They actually threw down two. Like I think there was another one sitting on the Dire side of the river, which he got rid of beforehand.
That's a big kill.
Yeah, that takes away the detection. Got two gems now on the side of compLexity. You got also downtime without the Slark having an impact. It was actually the Scythe of Ice from Coit. Coit likes to be that one-man army. So if he wants to, he can trigger the Lincolns and then follow up with a Scythe.
Very good versus the Juggernaut in particular because of the Manta countering the Orchid. As you mentioned, though, I think they should have played no
coming
risk
in again.
At that point, though.
The Orchid over on Chessie. Support's going to arrive in case who gets the roar off, but the damage of Kuiper so high already. Z-Freak gets hit so hard by the arrow. Yapsor wants to go in for a little bit more damage. The Shallow Grave will protect. And the only thing that was really lost here, well, okay, Kuiper.
They're just losing heroes left and right. This is not a good time to be just out on your lonesome escape. And like Scythe of Ice, if he had any defensive item there, it would have helped him out a lot more. I think like Queen of Pain already packs a lot of firepower. You just need to be able to survive so that you can do your damage. And he won't have buyback for this fight either.
No, he won't. They have to try and defend. Bloodlust the tower, increase the movement speed of the stationary object. As now compLexity. They just keep beating into it. Some good negative armor to work with as well. So this mid-ranks is going to go down. Yapsor jumps in. He gets rid of the creep wave thanks to that Aghanim's extra starfall. Arrow flies forward too. Doesn't hit anything apart from the catapult. But Ira hoping for some kind of collateral. The Beastmaster's up in 3. He will not have Roar when he comes back up, but he will have his BTs to get to the front lines. But the damage is already done. compLexity are bailed out. This time they do not overextend.
And Roshan is up again. Limp already heading over there. Healing Ward has cooled down, and there will be no DD. So fortunate for him this time. Limp actually didn't check. I believe it was a very fast respawn.
Yeah, really quick.
Oh, Chessie's going in there. Oh,
all right.
No, okay. That could have been a pretty good time for them, especially if a hero like Koikfa showed on the top lane.
Where are they off to now?
Okay, Z-Freak actually will be the one to check Roach, and now the team has to be considering that
Escape are coming.
they are smoked.
Yep. The four-man smoke maneuver kicking over. They don't have everyone, however. Yapsor just TP'd himself down at the bottom tower. He does have a fresh Lincoln Sphere on himself for this fight. Yapsor is practically core at this
However,
point.
two BKB just picked up on the side of complexity. One on Batrider, one on Weaver.
That Beastmaster Hawk is up. They know there's no one here. They put down the obs as, well, yeah, they started on Roshan.
Okay,
They'll
let's
let
see it.
Era and Koifa just try and beat through him. In come complexity. The Swarm is the first thing front. It's going to miss practically everything apart from Mirana, who jumped into it.
More importantly, gives him eyes on Roach so that Swindles doesn't have to do what he did the earlier Roach fight. They need vision inside the pit, and if they don't want to blow Firefly because it's much longer cooldown and much more important.
But look at Escape. They do the wraparound under the cover of Moonlight Shadow, the secret wraparound. But you got the Sentry Wars down, so they still have some good vision. Era getting caught. Do they have enough damage to fire him? No, they don't. He gets to the Shadow Dance. Even with a Sonic Wave, the damage is out. KZ will help. 3 heroes gone for complexity. Swindle doesn't know where to go. Koifa's pumping out too much physical damage. And now even Chessie locked. He's leashed. They're going to see him. Koifa has no more extra disables to give to his team. Z-Freak tries to help out his teammate, but Chessie on the run. The pound spot. There's your scream. There's your triple kill for Koifa. 4 heroes lost for complexity.
Roshan has been their downfall.
This is it.
They locked down the Juggernaut so well that fight, and they killed him before he got his Omni Slash off, and that was just a great wraparound. They also had already set up there. Complexity, they scouted the pit. They had control of that area. They had already won the fight, but there's a high ground ward. It scouts it out. Era checks out these supports, and look at Limp. Multicast into a double starfall from Yapsor. Very nice scythe out onto Swindle Melons, into a roar, and he will die.
And that is just the fight that Escape looked for.
It all started with the smoke into the Roach, though. Like,
Yep.
they have to be much more careful about how they secure Roach. They are dire. They have the inherent slight advantage when it comes to taking out Roach, and this may be the last hurrah for complexity.
I don't think Escape really want to go anywhere near Roshan.
Yeah, this is this one has the cheese too.
So complexity, they have to get in there. They need Roshan to go their way, but Escape will just hover around it. They already did their damage, so after Roshan went us, we're now back live. Both the mid and the bottom racks were assaulted. The range racks in the mid was the last thing standing.
And now Limp going into the pit will get scattered out by the boar. It's already at half HP. Medallion on. Bullseye.
They're okay with this though. Like, you've still got Koi for a little bit too far away. The Moonlight Shadow's going to go. Swindle's up on the hillside. They trigger the dust, so they already get the reveal over on Yapsor. So Limp gets the Aegis Immortal. Swindle's still waiting. His Blink Dagger's on cooldown. Now the Roar. They catch Z-Freak in the bottom part of the river. He needs a way out, but he's got no mana. Even with the wand charges, this is still not enough. The arrows fly through, will miss their target. They've locked in Era, but again, Era able to get to the Shadow Dance. Swindle's just gone. The Sonic Wave does huge damage. Limp, that cheese will not be enough to save him from this one. He's gone for the count. Chessie's on the run. Aegis the Immortal only means he can die twice. The TP went out from the Dazzle. He's abandoned his teammate. Chessie's on the run. Orchid, perfect stun control. Triple kill for Koifa. Just racking it up. I hope you had a card for him. He's got 11 kills, 1 death, and 7 assists on this beautiful Queen of Pain. And they're coming down the mid lane. They want to end this. They want to go to the winner's bracket.
Man, that Scythe owned the Juggernaut. The Scythe pickup from Koifa. Didn't think it was that great at the time, but after using it in that fight, that was clutch. And Era did a really good job of isolating the Dazzle on the back line so that he could not protect their cores. Like, Juggernaut just got destroyed. I don't know what happened to him.
It was a non-factor.
He was a non-factor. It looked like he was going to be able to do okay amounts of damage, and then he popped cheese and he just died like a second and a half later.
Yep.
Just chewed through that HP pool.
Both the advantages from Roshan just having no extra positive effect on the complexity lineup. It just delays the inevitable.
And I guess it helps that Queen of Pain is like 10,000 net worth over to Jug.
That does help. And you can almost have like a secondary saving mechanism.
Era's already on the back line. He forces Dazzle out of the fight, and he gets his Shadow Dance off. Swindles. The BKB is okay, but not when you're talking about the Queen of Pain.
Isn't that like the
and
second
all
time
the
too?
inner beast
Like the fight in the bottom lane, it was Swindles going on Era, and they were in, like they just couldn't get him. Incapable of finding that kill. Swindles just trying to delay again. Era. Oh, there's your blink away. The arrow's coming in from Yabsaw. Doesn't hit Swindles, but reveals his position. He's in the trees. There's your Starfall. There's your Roar. The Hawk gave him the vision.
Jeez, roar for good measure. Who cares about axes? Just roar them.
That's a low cooldown. Kaiser's probably going to be picking himself up refresher anyway, so who cares?
But efficiency to
Actually, no, he gets Medallion. They're trying to end. But look at compLexity. They're making a run. Okay, they realize their only way to win this game right now is a straight GG push.
Yeah, you have to back off and defend. It's just much safer to do. When you're in the lead, when you have 5 heroes
Blink Omni.
and they have 4,
Z-Freak get the vision.
fight.
He needs the kick. They don't really have great vision. This is nighttime, however, so they just dropped the sentry. Chessie stunts over on the towers. The bottom lane's pushed in, so it's going to be a matter of time before those megas hit, and Era comes in from behind. He focuses on Hanskin. He has a self-grave before this fight begins. You don't have Swindles. The Omni Slash soaked up by Necro Books as well. This is not going to be the dream fight. No win Sonic Wave from Koip. It hits so perfectly. This is over. It's done. It's cooked. compLexity will drop to the lower bracket, and Escape will advance themselves forward to face up in the winner's bracket final and potentially go straight in to the